Welcome. So glad you're here. Happy Thanksgiving, or whatever you want to call it. Are you thankful? Are you giving thanks? Are you having fun? Are you going crazy? Were you already crazy? Are you always having fun? Yes. So, I'm Sarah West Love. Welcome. So sweet to connect with you. I just felt guided to share a few messages that, sorry for the weird eyeglass thing. Yeah, I just, I just posted a video just before this one. Somebody else's video of a little boy who with the cutest little British accent, or maybe he was Australian, I'm not sure. And his dad was playing this manipulation sort of game with him using the, tell me what you think of this. I have a strong opinion about it, obviously from what I wrote in my comment. Basically, it's children are lied to from the get-go and deceived by their parents or caregivers, whoever, the parental units or parental unit. Children aren't honored from maybe even conception. Are they wanted in the first place? Are children raped? Are they conceived in rape? They know. And they know the energy, the vibration of the mother from, and people say we choose our parents. So we choose the situation we're born into. But that developing body and the soul that attaches to that form, that earth expression, feels everything the mother feels for 9 months, however long the baby is in the womb. It's like the fly on the wall, except it's not on the wall, it's inside. Every feeling that the mother feels, that child feels. Every interaction, that child hears everything, feels every situation, every single emotion, voice, vibration from everything, from every person, from the spouse, from the partner, from the father, from the girlfriend, from the boyfriend, from other children in the household, grandparents, to be, every situation, strangers, every feeling the mother feels. Does she feel safe? Does she feel cared for? Does she feel supported? Does she feel loved? How many mothers really feel loved? How many mothers feel supported? And not just feel it, but like, do you have any idea what it takes to be a mother? Maybe you are a mother and you can't even think about what a mother needs because you never got it. And to think about it would lead you into endless wailing, grieving, fits of crying and rage. And so you just push it away because you can't even let yourself feel it and long for it. How many of you mothers and mothers-to-be, mothers, women who want to be mothers, you're like, oh no, I cannot let myself go there. I cannot let myself feel what I didn't have, what I don't have, what I probably won't have. I cannot let myself feel the agony that was. And what resulted from it? Because you know what results from a mother not being supported? I mean, have you ever thought about it? I mean, you had a mother. If you're here, you had a mother. You know, we're getting there, but we're not to the point of, you know, all babies being born in you know, the underground tunnels. You know, maybe they have. And these synthesized wombs. They're working on it. And maybe they have done it already. Certainly cloning is real. Human cloning. And that's for another day. Maybe. So, you know, I'm just listening to what wants to come through, what wants to be said, what wants to be shared. And, I was going to talk about something else, but this is what wants to come through. Thanksgiving. What are you thankful for? Who gave you life? Really, who gave you life? Who bore you? Who conceived you in her body? Who gave you life? Who gave her body to give you life? Donated her body. Volunteered. Maybe it wasn't voluntary at all. Maybe it was forced. How many births do you think were conceived in forced conception, rape, violent rape, violated the body of a woman, violated her soul, her heart, didn't love the woman, didn't love your mother, didn't know how, didn't want to, didn't care to, didn't bother to, wanted to assert their domination, their will on another, on the weaker sex. Is a woman weaker? Is she weaker? How can you label any creature weak? I think dominators are weak, don't you? Dominators are the weak ones. They have no strength. It takes strength to live in your heart. It takes strength to be vulnerable. It takes strength to crumble, to be humble, to feel pain. To feel your heart, you have to be willing to feel your pain and not avoid it. It's weakness. Those who avoid their pain are weak. And I don't mean to say it to criticize. It's a tragedy. It's ruining our world. It, they, them, us. Yeah, I have a message about that too. Us. This, you know what this comes down to? It's not about them or you. It's about me. Us. We. It's about ourselves. We can't change anyone else. And we can't help change out there, the world. I mean, we can. I mean, we can do, we have to do what we're compelled to do, what we're motivated to do, driven to do. But the cleaner we are in this relationship, this thing, this two-way road here between the heart and the mind. Hi. Oh, hey. I don't have my glasses on, so I had to look close. So the cleaner, whatever word that is, the cleaner we are between the head and the heart. Hey, welcome. The cleaner our emotional body is, the more we are in a process of healing, the more we can be effective in the world to facilitate a better world. It sounds so simple, so obvious, but how many of us are doing that? And that's what all of this is an opportunity for if you're not starving or dead, if you didn't commit suicide in the last year. If you're still here, that means you have food, you have shelter, and you've got support somehow, and you have inner strength. And as I've said before, this is about all of us waking up. All of us. I mean, that's just such a used term, but hey, I like it. whatever you want to say. That it all comes back to ourselves. If we are not taking responsibility and respecting ourselves, which reflects on, do we respect the one that gave us life? So just wrapping this back around, Thanksgiving, giving thanks. I get distracted when people come on, and then my mind kind of gets self-conscious, and I wonder if they want to listen when I'm not paying attention to the ones that come on and want to talk, because it's normal to want to interact when, for me as well as them. So, but that's not what this offering is right now. It's not about interacting, at least not this moment. So thank you for listening to that. Just inviting you into this moment, because all of this is about getting really real. And it's not about getting real through meanness or violence or unkindness. It's about getting really real in a very precious way. Sacred. Thanksgiving, what is it? What is it? What is it to be thankful? What state of being are we in when we're thankful? To be thanksgivingness, being thankful, grateful. It elicits, it draws within us an outward expression, a vibration of really, really like a state of awe. And that's a good thing. It's a vulnerability. It's a beauty to be thankful. It arises beauty. Thankful. It's just pure positivity. Well, good things come when we're thankful. Authentically, just gratitude, which is a little different from thankful. It's similar, but it's slightly different frequency. But being grateful, having gratitude, it's a deeper sense than just thankful. But it's just all kind of the same thing. But but just that, it takes real humility. It's a really beautiful step on the path of healing, to align with gratitude and align with thankfulness, because it's like a safe step for those who need it. And sometimes even those of us who are really familiar with being vulnerable and being feeling our feelings that a lot of people are not comfortable with, and healing. I mean, healing is feeling is healing. We have been deeply brainwashed, conditioned, programmed to suppress, to not feel our feelings. And this is the vast 100% detriment to humanity. It is just created just untold illness in the world since that first began, which was thousands of years ago, because we've had just We know through the stories of history and wars and megalomaniacs and all of those terrorists, leaders, people who put themselves in so-called leadership positions of any level, who want to have authority over people and want to lie to people and want to just project their pain onto people. All of them weren't allowed to feel their feelings. That's why they become terrorists, because they're so uncomfortable with the feeling of lack that they have, for whatever reason, bought into. So again, circling back around the wagon about Thanksgiving, again, if you have the privilege of being able to be, take a moment, if you have the privilege of having enough to even acknowledge such a thing. So many people are in such state of suffering that they, and some of the most people with the least are the most beautiful and happy and thankful. But there's also another degree of having very little, which means you just don't have, you're really suffering, and you've gone to an emotional and psychological detrimental state because you are in such lack, food and just terrorized by lack, just basic physical lack. So I say a prayer for all those people, and I say a prayer for all of us. My heart goes out, and if you have any capacity, please think about, just send love for starters. We have to do more than that. But those people who are suffering, and hopefully, you, your family, your loved ones, your neighbors, think about those people and think about what you can do to help others, help people that are really suffering, bring food, and help people feel loved and cared about and thought about. People just need to feel thought about. It's magic. It's pure magic. It takes only a moment. So many people think, oh, I'll be dragged into some drama or dragged into other people's problems. You can hold your boundaries and not become a codependent, enabler, while you still hold the presence of caring. And this is what the whole world needs to learn. We have somehow been seduced to not caring. And like I said at the beginning, those of you who tuned in more recently, you might go back to what I talked about at the beginning. But we literally have learned since conception to not care about ourselves. We've literally learned it, our vibration. Vibrationally learning it from our mother. If you were conceived in anything less than ecstatic, rapturous ecstasy, orgasmic ecstasy, if the mother felt disappointed, dissatisfied, used, abused, raped, violated, violence, we feel that. I mean, children can be born and thrive and be amazing, but there has to be love and acknowledgement and caring. Somewhere. The thing about humans, and really, I don't know where the line is with animals. I don't know enough about all the animals in the world. I know there's certain animals, like certainly some creatures like that are born from eggs. I think of snakes and turtles and, some animals don't require so-called mothering. But the ones that need mothering, if that baby doesn't get love and belonging and protection and is rejected, it doesn't survive. Now, humans, really, we are dependent for years, physically, mentally, emotionally, dependent, spiritually, soulfully, dependent. But we are literally handicapped. We become retarded if we're not loved. Oops. Sorry. Hey, there's emphasis for you. We, for lack of a better word, I don't know what the politically correct word is. We need to be loved. We need to feel cared about. I'll help you relax my yawning for those of you that yawning. It's contagious. A good thing. So this point about feel cared for. We give thanks. There's enveloped within thanksgiving is the word care, is the word caring. Because to feel thankful and to have thanksgiving, to feel gratitude, there's a quality, an energy, an experience, a feeling of caring, of feeling cared for, of caring about. So maybe you don't even feel cared for. Maybe there's a terrible situation, but you feel grateful for what you learned, for what it awakened in you to grow as a person, as a human being, to learn. There has to be a caring. Anything positive contains the word care. The word, the feeling, the vibration, the awareness, the experience, the knowledge, think about it. Happiness, joy, ecstasy, creativity, all the positive things, everything positive. This is just coming to me now to just how to talk about this point that I'm making here and feel so compelled to share with you and remind you, the human in us, all who forgets these things and is suffering. We're suffering because we have forgotten. We've separated from the source of life, from our spirit, and from the wisdom of spirit and our connection. We can never actually be separated, but our awareness, our connection gets severed by denial of pain. Because as soon as you release the pain, the union is just there. The union with our real self is just there. It never leaves. It's the sun. But when we feed the clouds, which are meant to come and go, but if we feed them so they're always there, it's just, that's not natural. The clouds are come and they go. They come and they go. The sun is always there, not the clouds. If the clouds always stay, we have no oxygen and we die. Because plants can't grow. When volcanoes erupt to such a degree and they spew ash, and for 3-5 years, whatever, or too long a period of time, whatever length of time they can tell by the ice layers, the length of time that there was a volcanic eruption, and it coincides with the death of the dinosaurs or whatever, extinction or starvation of certain people or whatever, because people couldn't grow food. There was no sun. And plants don't grow without sun. It's more layered than that. Things didn't. So the analogy there is that if we deny our emotions, which has been sold to us, we've been sold to be ashamed. Think of all the fathers that toughen up, boys don't feel feelings. You're acting like a girl. I mean, this shame is still just crazily promoted. It's just insane. Why, if you have a penis, you're not allowed to feel feelings? But if you don't have one and you have a yoni, I don't like that Latin word that they use. It means sheath in Latin, the word that people use here. It's ridiculous. Why is my most sacred, everything is sacred in me and in you, but most intimate, sensitive, glorious, why is it a tool, a sheath? It's not a sheath. It is something into itself of my own. It's not, it's my body is not an identity because of what it does for somebody else. Yeah, it's not a sheath. It's not an inanimate object of a sword, a sheath of a sword. That's what vagina means. So crazy. Oh well. It's just like, why do we put up with this stuff? That's the question. That's what I want to talk about. That's my point. That is the crux of the question. This is what I felt guided to talk about. Seriously. Why do we put up with things? Why do we put up with lies? Why do we put up with being deceived? Why are we deceiving ourselves? Why do we lie to ourselves? Because it all comes down to that. Nobody can lie to us unless we're lying to ourselves. It's just not possible. It all comes down to, are we lying to ourselves? And why? If we're lying to ourselves, when we're lying to ourselves, why? How does that happen? Where does it come from? What's the root of it? What's the mechanism? Like a watch. The little gears. The English language. I'm translating, what my spirit wants me to share with you. And I have to find the words. When it's so big, everything that I want to say, and I have to slow it down and work through all the layers in the sphere, and it's just this big thing, and it's not linear, so I'm just listening and being guided moment to moment. It comes out, like it unfurls slowly. The petals like a flower, and and then it, if you want it cut and dry, just relax, put your feet up, put your head back, sit in your lazy boy, lazy girl chair and listen. Take a sip of hot tea and start knitting. If you've got a knitting group or a bunch of guys, working on a car, guy next to you working on the car, I mean, doesn't the conversation like just unfurl in different ways? We've been sort of trained to want things. And there's a time and place for that. There's time and place for a lot of things. I don't know if there's time and place for everything, but there's a time and place for a lot of things. I guess there's a time and place for everything. There's options, and the options have responses. So this whole thing, if you're fortunate to be alive and well, and you haven't gone down the path of fear to the point of your own demise, because fear is destructive. Fear is the sickness. Fear is the sickness, and promoting fear is the sickness. The propaganda of fear is sick. Very, very, very sick people that are doing that. Anybody who promotes fear, it's one thing to promote awareness, and it's another, thing to promote awakenedness. So it's a dance. It's an interesting walking through this thing called life, this journey, this experience, this adventure. I mean, we are ultimately in a Ferris wheel, an adventure ride. We're at an amusement park called Earth's amusement park. I don't like amusement parks personally. I'm not interested in those rides. It's so crazy. It's just such an assault on the sensitivity of our senses. It concerns me greatly. Oh my goodness. I think their nervous systems are damaged, and they're sort of needing that assault on their nervous system in order to function. It's kind of like people that do cutting and do different things to hurt themselves. Different ways we hurt ourselves. Some people become really aggressive, and they need that aggression in their body in order to try to cope with the aggression that they haven't processed. Taking little babies to a movie theater, I don't know how that's legal. If you want to create a law, if you think that laws are, there should be a law against taking any child to a movie theater or a concert. Oh my goodness. It's so wrong. It's so, all the sound, it's so loud. It's an assault. Babies up until 3 years old, they're like in total theta states. They're still in God consciousness. And you just destroy their connection. So heartbreaking. Just be still. Honor that womb. They're still in the womb. And of course, just because they're in the womb, you take them those places, they're assaulted with the sounds. Think about a time before there was electricity, before there were man-made things. That is how the human baby is designed to be. you assault it with all of these high frequencies and super loud volumes. It's just it's tragic. It's heartbreaking. You're damaging not only the ears, but the whole. You're disrupting the whole life system. And you're going to feel it later, because it's just no way. I mean, just think about it. How can a child not be disrupted by that? You tell me. How could a child not be disrupted by that? Those sounds. So again, this is all connected. It's about caring. It's all connected. It's about Thanksgiving. It's about gratitude. Because when we're in a state of gratitude, that caring blossoms, it bubbles up, it rises. It literally is born. It's born in us. It blooms out of nowhere. It blooms out of nowhere, out of the source of life, from the nothingness into the somethingness. It blossoms. It, caring, love, connection, awareness, thankfulness, thanksgivingness. And we're in a state of caring here. That awareness, that frequency, and we can listen to the call to care for others and how to care. Oh, I used to take my baby to the movie theater. Wow, I'm in a state of caring. Maybe that's not such a good idea. I can sense my baby not resonating with that. So we're talking about gratitude. I can sense when we're in a state of gratitude, really authentic, vulnerable state, it allows us to listen. It allows us to hear one another. It allows us to be more caring, to behave in a caring manner. And hopefully, Thanksgiving starts with being thankful here, thankful for our existence. As I started this live talking about gratitude for our mothers. Maybe start your celebration thanking your mother. And then maybe inviting everyone to say something about their mother, grandmother. But mother, the one who carried you, gave birth to you, and nursed you. For bad or for good, she was there, not there. Whatever you think she did wrong or did right. I guarantee you she probably didn't get her needs met when you were little, when you were born. Who made her food? You know, who helped her? We don't have tribe anymore. Mothers aren't supported. So give gratitude to our mother, our mothers, but specifically, be specific, not just general. And general as well. And think about helping other mothers. Think about donating to a mother that you know. Go maybe find one at a midwife center, at a home birth center. If you have money, go pay for someone to have a doula. Costs, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Maybe create a pool of money to help give a new mother, a pregnant woman, to have a doula. A doula is an advocate for a mother. So take action. Be thankful and take action. We think about people needing food, but people also need different kinds of caring. I recommend that we start to take care of mothers and women who are carrying children. And help pay for doula. Look up the word doula in your city, and donate to a woman who is a doula, and talk to her. Maybe you can arrange for her to give a talk in your town. Maybe you can arrange for her to give a talk at your church, and put a pool of money together to help fund women so that she can get paid and serve women who don't have the funds, because most people aren't even going, even if they have the funds, they're going to scrimp on that. But people that have the funds should pay for it. But it'd bring this awareness into the world. Women, look it up, learn about doulas, birth doulas, postpartum doulas, nursing, breastfeeding doulas. Doula is an advocate for. You can have death doulas. It means advocate, really. They help. It's really the most powerful. I think it's one of the most powerful things to get educated with on this entire planet. I'm going to be talking more about this. I'm very, very serious about this, I think. This is very important. So to be thankful also for our mothers, and to be aware maybe where we're not thankful. So becoming aware now. This is a new year. The year started, in October. The ancient way is that was the new year. Started in October in certain cultures. So we're still in the beginning of this new year, Thanksgiving, that was created, the fall, the harvest, the late fall, early winter harvest, celebrating, sharing the bounty of the fall harvest as we're going into the darkest month, the precipice of surrendering to trust, surrendering to faith, going into the darkness, the darker days, the longer nights. That's what's happening. We're surrendering and having faith that the light will come back, with the solstice, where the longest night gives birth to the day coming to be longer again after solstice. The day starts to get longer, and then we have, the spring emerges eventually. So, what was I saying? So from doulas, gratitude of our mother, and gratitude of the earth. Literally, our great mother, all of our mother. No matter whatever your perspective is, religion, no religion, you're a real estate agent, developer, and you just run over trees and cut them all down and dig up the earth to make more money. I mean, just thank the earth. If you're a tree hugger and you want to protect all the trees, you know how to thank the earth, and then everyone in between. So that's my thought. What I really came on thinking that I was going to talk about was this piece of the puzzle. And I'm going to leave you with this. Who came on tonight? Let's see. Oh, yeah. Cool. Yeah, you're totally right about that. Yeah. Thanks for coming on, y'all. Let's see. Yeah. I don't have my glasses on because it makes a reflection, which is really annoying. So, so what I want to leave you with, I'm trying to figure out this thing here. There we go. What I want to leave you with is, again, kind of what I started talking about at the beginning, is this piece about how we lie to ourselves. We're being lied to out there, and we're allowing it. We're permitting it. Believe me. You don't have to believe me. Yeah, I'm joking, kind of. It's a rote thing to say, but it's also kind of like a little bit of a pun and a joke about what I'm talking about, because I'm saying don't believe anybody else. I mean, you can believe others, but check in and layer down, percolate, percolate through the layers of your own, filters, your own colored eyeglasses that have been. Humanity is being deceived, and we're allowing it. And the tragedy is a lot of people don't have any control over that in a way, because television brainwashes people. It literally has fast moving lights, and then there's subliminal messages literally telling you what to think and actually driving you to be angry. I know, because I experienced it. And I was never a television watcher. And then when I did watch television, I noticed how I felt and the thoughts that I had. And then when I stopped watching it, all that went away. So I'm speaking from my own experience. And I consider myself somebody who's not susceptible to brainwashing. But the thing is that's just, it's fascinating. Because movies, films, every film that you watch, not only are you brainwashed by all the little advertising of products and things that are said and behaviors, and the whole storyline is all brainwashing. It's all very serious nonsense. Serious nonsense. How do you like that? That's funny. I like that. I have to use that. Yeah. Stay tuned for that one. But the brain, the mind, people that are, own all the television, all that, and the people who write films, they're not who you think they are. They're not the people who get the awards and stand up there. They play a role, but the people who really write these things, they're out there to just control you. If you want to be entertained, go read a play. Go watch on YouTube a play, an old play that's just filmed by just one camera person. Better see it live, so you're not having any visuals flash in front of your face. That could be altered and be modified by editing. They can be just splittest of seconds, so you don't see it. It's like amazing when I hear people talk. They're literally all saying the same thing. They all have the same defense. And it's literally, I know it because I heard it in my own mind. So I know people are being brainwashed. So back to this fictitious game of what I talked about at the very beginning of this, to leave you again with the full circle of this thought. This other side of the coin of Thanksgiving, gratitude and caring. The flip side of that, of the lack of Thanksgiving and not caring, is manipulation. Now, you can have manipulation that has caring in it, because sometimes when someone isn't thinking straight, you sort of have to manipulate them to make sure they're safe. That's tricky. That's a tricky thing but there's a difference between having good intentions for somebody and not. I mean, for instance, I posted the video of this child being manipulated by their parents, and not a good way in my perspective. I thought it was abusive and very disturbing. And that child, was upset. He's angry and he's defiant, and he's gonna and you could say, oh, that child's having a temper tantrum, or he's upset and he should be, he's defying his father. And the child asserting his will because he's being humiliated. So that child is totally in the right because that parent is abusing him and is playing a game with him and a joke. The father is saying that Santa, this is very sad. I do not believe in lying to children in this particular way. There may be a time and place for safety, for, it's better to be honest with children and not even lie to them about anything. Don't even start lying. I just don't believe in it. You're creating a problem that you'll never solve between you and that child. Child will never trust you because the child is a soul. The child has no age. The soul has no age. The soul is timeless. The soul knows. And so there you are, a parent who is a soul. And you're sitting in front of another soul who happens to be in a tiny body that needs your help. And they just came through you as a parent, and whoever is your co-parent, if you have one, or the community that you have. And if you're lying to that child, you're lying to that soul. So here you are, soul that's timeless, who has no age, and you're lying to a soul who's timeless and have no age. It's not stupid. There's nothing stupid about a newborn baby. There's nothing stupid about a 2-year-old child, a 3-year-old child, a 6-year-old child, an 8-year-old child, a 16-year-old child, a 32-year-old child. There's not, maybe a 32-year-old child. There might be something stupid there. Just kidding, sort of. But it's not stupidity. It's unresolved issues at that stage. At 18, it's 32. And you as a parent. Don't project your unresolved stuff on your child. Do your homework. Do your editing. Do your cleansing yourself. Get help. Go to AA. It's not the be all of the end all. It's a start. It's a piece. Don't stop there. Keep going. Keep going past. It's free. It's beautiful because it's free. You don't have to be, if you're addicted to thoughts, that's an addiction. Think of anybody who's having issues. There's an addiction there. And those 12 steps are helpful. You can just do the book, the notebook, and the phone calls. So, soul to soul, parent, child. You're lying to the child. Christmas is coming up, these holidays, Easter, these holidays. What is it about the Christian religion that likes to just lie? It's just nuts. And it's just gone to such extremes. Somebody created that idea as a way to discipline children and as a way to fit children to feel consequences. Naughty or nice list. You don't get gifts. Santa's not giving you gifts unless you are on the nice list if you're naughty. And that's what that video is that I just posted. The dad is telling the little boy, he's like 6, maybe 5, I don't know, 6. He seemed pretty self-possessed, very articulate. I liked him. We need that. That he's on Santa's naughty list. Oh my goodness. And he kept going on prodding him and really toying with the little boy. And he's like, I'm not on the naughty list. I'm good. I'm on the good list. I'm not. And he started to get angry. And he said, He's just humiliating him with his anger. You think a child is just supposed to back down? A child is not a child. It's a soul. I mean, every age, their discipline is very important. Boundaries. There's so much discipline. It's learning healthy boundaries through love, and it's not a violent thing to teach a child boundaries. It's actually holding space with love, holding space, and not giving in. And there's a place to give in, and there's a place to just hold space. And that's the wisdom of a loving parent. And you will not know how to do it if you don't hold the space for love. Because it's minutes, millisecond by millisecond. It's not a cookie cutter thing. You can kind of go to parenting classes, which is really helpful to learn, because we've forgotten. We don't have community and tribe. We have all these terrible lessons that we've had through how we were parented, unless we were fortunate and we didn't have terrible experiences and we have something good to pass on. We all have something good to pass on. And we have our own soul that has its wisdom. And then the healing that we've gone through, if we have it all, we can move and use that. But this piece that about lying that I want to talk about, that is all connected to what's going on. We're taught through lies that our parents lie to us, our parents don't protect us, we just come out of the womb and somebody slices up our penis. And boys, I'm going to say because it's affecting all of humanity. This crime against children, against boys, against men. The male body is mutilated, irreversibly mutilated, desecrated, violated, violently abused. And you wonder why the male population is abusive more so. Is it just testosterone? Ugh. How can they trust their parents ever again? A lot of times the parents right there, you think a baby forgets. A baby doesn't forget anything. We don't forget anything. Nothing. The soul remembers everything. Everything. Even people that abuse a person so much that the personality splits. And there's a kind of a lack, there's a wall between awarenesses. That's what abusers do. That's the epidemic. That's what we're dealing with here. We have an epidemic of abuse on the planet. And an epidemic of lack of awareness and lack of healing and lack of feeling. This is the epidemic. This is why we're in the situation we're in on every level. The abuse of water, the abuse of land, the abuse of air, the abuse of humans, the abuse of animals. Lying and people letting themselves be lied to. Tragic. Because they have let themselves be lied to since they're children. I'm laughing, but it's not funny. Sometimes you have to laugh. And yawn and sleep and rest. Are you resting? Yeah, I'm just sharing with you. Just this is not about some perfect delivery. I really do need to go to bed. Oh. But it's so funny, as I said before, our spirit, it doesn't get tired. The soul doesn't get tired, only the body does, and the heart and the mind. It needs to rest, that part of us. And I love to Sometimes I just don't want to sleep. I just want to keep going, keep working, creating. It's like, oh, I have to sleep again. Oh, I'm just not used to this human thing, this human body. In the spirit world, we don't have to sleep. You know what I mean? I don't usually talk like that with people. Consider that, a sacred thing. Oops. There we go. So, there you have it. I think I spelled it out. Think about it. Let me know what you think. What you get from this. I'm just putting out there. This is just my perspective. Tell me what you think, but I really think people need to stop lying about this Santa thing. It's old, and it's old news, and it's bad news. You're just riling up a child. Santa's coming. I mean, I don't understand it. And I know I could probably make my own mistakes because of my own conditioning. It's not like I'm free of making mistakes either, but as a human being, and I'd hope somebody would point things out to me kindly. So that's, this is just something I'm pointing out kindly, gently, with some passion, is that this, I just think it's just wrong. And I think it's not only is it not helpful, I think it's detrimental. Lying to a child is detrimental, especially to this degree of manipulation and taunting a child. You're going to be on the naughty list. That child was suffering. He was so angry. He felt so humiliated. I'm not naughty. It's punishing a child in a very humiliating way. Naughty. It's not a nice word. You've been naughty. The child needs love, man. That's what a child needs. A child, when they act out, it's because they need love, okay? And if you don't know that, maybe you don't deserve to have a child. It takes a lot of maturity to handle being a parent, because that child's going to bring up everything you haven't healed. It's going to trigger you. It, the him, he, she, they. Your child, a child, children, people, they bring up stuff, whatever's not healed. To take on the responsibility of influencing a new soul, a new being coming into a body, in your realm, in your community, in your family, and you're going to project all your unhealed stuff and try to control that child. Children don't need to be controlled. Children need to be loved. Like for always. But 0 to 3, 0 to 6, 0 to 7, they're so deeply in this altered state. They're not in the state that we are as adults. You can't treat them as adults. We need to learn about the development of babies and children and fetuses and mothers who need help and love and parents. We need to get back to the tribe. Okay? Get back to the tribe, baby. Build your tribe. And build it here first. Or as you go, heal. Heal together. Heal yourself. Got to get back to the tribe. But we need healthy tribe. In order to have healthy tribe, we need healthy individuals. So, in order to have a healthy tribe, this is what's going on. We are isolated. So as horrible as all of this is, as a nightmare, as fascist as all of this is, we're being lied to. Use it. Use it to heal. Use this isolation, whatever scenario that you're in, to heal whatever it brings up. Because I tell you what, until We all heal. I keep saying this from the beginning. I hear people saying stuff. There'll be two worlds, two different types of people. It's like, no, honey, there's not going to be two worlds. No. That's what's been happening. We've had the sensitives, the feelers, the healers, and then we have the tyrants and the psychopaths and the people who refuse to heal. And the people that live in fear and they live in hate. And they live in fear and hate because they haven't connected with their feelings of pain and unmet needs and unmet places where they feel rejected and neglected and unloved. We cannot live this way anymore. We can't live. There is no two worlds. There's only one. Well, there's infinite, but there's one earth. You can't have people living on a certain dimension and then, so-called fifth dimension, ascended realms, because we're all on this earth, and all those people living in fear body, pain body, hurting people, they're the ones that seek power over people. They're the ones that seek to dominate. They're the ones that seek, to destroy and to poison. They're the ones that don't have the sensitivity. And they're using aborted fetuses, 3-month, 5-month, 8-month, 9-month babies. And they're using their body parts. I just reposted that. For VAXs. That's what they're putting in newborn babies, is fetal tissue from other babies. And monkeys and pigs, and there's a whole cocktail of animals being shot into your body. Wake up. Please learn. Please learn the truth, my God. Watch the film VAXX ED. You can watch it on iTunes for $3.99, $4.99. So there you have it. I love you. You are love. We are love. Love is. Love is a choice. Love is always happening, actually, no matter what. It is always. This is like round 20 here. This is like act 20. Gone through like 3 acts, 4 acts. This is like we're on like act. How many acts? Maybe we're on act 8 here. You are love. I am love. We are love. They are love. Even the most horrible person doing horrible things, they are still love. Even disembodied evil, whatever you want to call it. It's all love, but it's just separated in a perception. It's acting out what it is to whatever degree of separate from the awareness of love. No thing can be actually separate from love. It can only be separate from the awareness of love. This is truth. Because all there is love. Love is. God cannot separate itself from its creation. It's not possible. Because God gives life to everything. The source of life gives life to everything. If there is life in it, God is in it. If it was created, God is in it. God is in it. Yes, that's true. God is in us. That father telling that child, you're on the naughty list. Oh my God. What about the divine list? What about like the list that the little boy wants to be held and approved of and loved, even when he's angry and sad? My Lord, help us. Help these parents. God is even in that parent who's playing that awful game with that child, taunting the child on purpose, and inwardly laughing at the child as he's getting very upset about being on the naughty list. This is cruel. You know what I mean? So I jumped back to that topic. So God, the source of life, the source of light, great spirit, creator, whatever name you want to call the thing that is everything, that is nothing, the source of all things, the source of all things, source of life. It's never separate. It cannot be separate. But we can perceive separateness. And it's the perception of separateness that is the downfall. That's where we fall away from love, God, the source, Great Spirit. So, and this thing right here in the center of our being, our heart, and our bodies, it's becoming embodiment, a spirit to land, go down, percolate all the layers, all the way into the body. Then we start to feel our feelings. If we avoid our feelings, especially grief, that's the important one. If we just stay trapped in anger, you've got, if you go to anger, you've got to get through it back down to the grief. Anger is just like it's a stop sign, it's a stopping point. It's a station on the elevator. It's a level, a floor on the elevator, but it's not the basement. We gotta go down and deep to the basement, to the down. Gotta go to the root of the root. So I am getting called to go because I'm getting hot. I have too many blankets on. It was cold earlier, and now it's not cold. And yeah, I gotta get rid of these blankets. I have the heater on, and I need to turn it down. So I love you, and I hope you enjoyed all those intermissions. The yawning were the intermissions. Here comes one. And just enjoy those yawns, because hopefully they make you yawn too and help you relax and feel good and stuff. And that you enjoy all the things between the intermissions, the acts, the points that I've made. And so go to sarahwestlove.com. My MP3s are available there. And I do appreciate when you purchase them. And if you purchase them for somebody else and you want to send them an album, please purchase it for them instead of just giving them your MP3s that you buy. And I very much appreciate when you purchase them from my website and not using iTunes or anything, because I get just pennies for them instead of, and other people are selling my music illegally, as I tell people, on iTunes. And there's also other people by my name. So just a whole bunch of reasons. Just go to sarawestlove.com, SARAHWESTLOVE.com. Oh, my books are there. And I've got to take them off Amazon, but for right now, they're available there. And you can get this Eternal Rose at your local bookstore, the paperback one. Don't get the hard copy. The paperback is the full color. And it's $27.99 at your local bookstore. And that's because it's print on demand. And if you get a discounted one, it probably won't be the color one. If you get some $7.99 one, it's probably a black and white version that is a knockoff. So don't try to go cheap, because that's not what I sell the book for from the print on demand place, and they'll never sell it for that price. It's somebody who's knocked off my file. And so anyway, all right, my loves, also go to my YouTube channel, which is Sarah West Love, all one word, on my YouTube, and like and subscribe. I'm still trying to get 1,000 subscribers or more so I can do live stream. So I thank you for subscribing, and invite your friends, and please share this video and my other ones. Go to my little videos thing and you can see all the talks that I've done, and share them, and point out little moments that you like, the minutes, and to let people know to listen to different segments. And my Instagram handle is Sarah West Love. So I love you, and hopefully I'm going to get some of my art, my paintings and drawings available soon in some format. For those that are interested, I've had some requests for that. And I'm just working on it slowly. It's quite a process. So I love you. Welcome. Welcome is the word that comes to me. Welcome. Welcome to Earth. Oh my God. Welcome Earthside. So Thanksgiving, like a new birth to Earth. That's what I'm hearing. That this is the time to be born again, literally. Like, consider it like literally like you're welcoming yourself into Earth. And it begins with ourselves, honoring, respecting, caring, being thankful, having Thanksgiving within. Okay? This is a renewing. This can actually shift the entire everything that's going on if we all do this. Yeah. I'm probably going to hold some sort of meditation. Yeah. So, I love you. Take such good care. You're precious, and beautiful, and gifted, and amazing. Oh, I don't know who that is. Hey, welcome. I was just finishing up. I don't have my glasses on, so I had to look at the thing really closely. Welcome. So glad you're here. Just had a great, I think it's been over an hour, so come back to the beginning and listen to the whole thing. Okay. Oh, it's time to go night-night. It's early Thursday morning. That's what I'm saying. Happy Thanksgiving. Take good care of yourself and each other. Learn how to do that. Learn how to set boundaries. How to give, how to receive, how to say yes, how to say no. That's what all of this is about. Because we didn't learn that, obviously. Because if we did, this wouldn't be happening. all this that's going on. And it's been going on a long time, for thousands of years. All this abuse. And we've participated in it. We've participated, knowingly or unknowingly. You know, medicines, they're using animals to abuse horrifically. And babies, aborted babies that are alive. A lot of times they abort them when they're alive. So, you know, makeup, creams, they have tissues, they have foreskin of babies are being sold for makeup companies and skincare. Think about the skincare lines that you use. Oh, this miracle regeneration. They're using all the cells and body and tissues of aborted babies. Where do you think they're getting all that life rejuvenation from? And they're using it in the foreskin of babies. It's it's like a piece this big. And then on a man, it would have been this, you know, something like very big piece. It's destroyed, and it's destroying the relationship between men and women, or men and men. It's destroying men's sexual expression. They don't know what they're missing. I mean, we don't have to, they can, I mean, soul and the spirit is what makes love, is love, generates and shares love. But sexuality with the foreskin is a whole different dance. Very different dance. And that's another topic. You can look it up. Okay, we covered a lot of ground. A lot of foreground. A lot of foreplay. A lot of afterplay. All right, my sweet kitty cats, my sweet peas, my sweet beings, souls. Just remember you are loved, no matter how good or naughty you are. If you're on the good list or the naughty list, you're still loved. That's the thing. Just straight punishment, thinking that you're separate from love, this is what destroys the psyche and splits the psyche and severs the connection with the heart and the mind and the soul and the spirit and the body. Is when you do that to a little child, vulnerable psyche, and you just humiliate the child in these different ways. You're creating a monster. Just telling you. You're creating a monster. So the way to raise a child, in my mind, you just never let them forget that they are love. So maybe what they're doing isn't so great. Hey, let's do it this way, you know? Different ways to talk to a child at different ages. Respectfully, but having the authority. You can't ask their opinions all the time. You have to be sort of the thing that they push up against. Children need to learn to push up against you. It's how they learn to get boundaries. They need to feel like it's okay that you're not going to reject them if they're having a temper tantrum. They need to just get it out. They cry it out and get it out of their system. It's a release. They're not being bad. They're releasing. Don't make emotions bad. A child isn't hurting anybody for just crying and screaming. They need to get it out. Stop telling them to be quiet. That's your stuff, not them. It's not their stuff when you're telling them to be quiet. And they have no concept of space. They don't have a concept of what's appropriate where. Stop trying to stick them in that box. It's just not good. Children need to express themselves wherever they are, and that navigating that, you know, is challenging, but I have to look close because oh hey, welcome. I keep saying that I'm just about to finish, and then I start another topic. I think we've had 10 acts now in this play, and lots of intermissions. The intermissions is when I start yawning. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I have to go to sleep. I wish I didn't. I mean, I'm glad. Sleep is beautiful. It really is a gift. I love you. You are loved. Be loved. Take care of yourself. Sleep. It's funny. Okay. I hope this was helpful. Let me know. And I love your messages. I love your DMs. And I'm so appreciative of the emails that I get on my website and my contact page. So I love sharing. And I do sessions. So I'm very grateful, and I love working with you all. So I do coaching. So yeah. Love. Bye, sweet peas. Take care. Good night. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good love. Good light. Good life. You are life. You are life. 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 That's not L for loser. That's L for life. L-I. Let's see. L-I. I don't remember what F is. I don't know F-E in my sign language. There I go again. All right. Take care. You are love. I love you. You. Yeah. Check out sarahwestlove.com. Go get my MP3s. Go buy them. Buy some gifts. And my books are there. The links to Amazon until I take them down. And you can purchase Eternal Rose through your local bookstore. Only buy the soft copy, the paperback. Hard copy is not color. It's only in black and white, so don't cut that. Get the soft copy for now. If you really want the hard copy, let me know, and I'll make it available in the color too, but I just haven't done it yet. So thank you for all your purchases and your love and comments and support and thoughts and sharing. And check out my other videos on youtube.com/sarahwestlove. And let me know what topics you want me to talk about. And I look forward to working and supporting you in sessions for those who want it and enjoy it. Okay. Yeah, and use my MP3s. They'll help so much. They connect you with your soul and your spirit. Even if you're already there, you'll feel so nourished. They're not in English. They're very mystical. It's at my books that you can get. The Search for the Beloved you can get on audiobook. Okay. All right. Bye. For real this time. Bye. Love you.